how to make 2025 different to all the other years where you set goals and you don't achieve a single one. I was just like you. I'm sure we've all been there. I know I've been there, where I would set out 20, 30 goals every year just before New Year's, and I was feeling motivated. I really did want to achieve those 20, 30 things. By the time the end of the year came around, I hadn't done any. And let's be honest, it's very simple. We already know why. It's because you're stretching yourself too thin. You're not focused enough because you have 20, 30 different things, some being more priority, some being a bit bigger, and some just being absolutely tiny that they don't even need to be on the list. We've all been there, right? And it just creates procrastination. It's showing that you're not focused enough on what really matters to you. So how do we make 2025 different and every other year going forward? The most important thing that you can do is very simple. Pick 2 to 3 things. That's it. You can still list 20 things if you want. This is an exercise done by a very famous, successful person where he says list out 20, 30 things, but just pick your top 5 things that you're most focused on, that you want to achieve. Focus on them. And by focusing on them, more than likely you're going to achieve those 5 things well before the year's out, and then you can move on to number 6. Then you can move on to number 7 and then continue on from there, rather than achieving none of them because you're stretching yourself too thin, you're demotivated, you're not focused, and therefore not achieving any at all. The best thing I would say though is just pick 2 to 3 really key important things, whatever it may be. For you it might be that, okay, you want to lose weight and you want to make steps in creating a side hustle that makes you an extra $1,000 or pounds or euros a month. Those 2 things are so important to you. So what do you think will happen in 6 months of pure focus on only 2 things day after day after day? You're more than likely going to achieve those things in those 6 months if you're really dedicated, which then means you can move on to number 3 and 4 and 5, right? Whatever it may be. The problem is most people don't set goals to begin with. So they have actually nothing that they're trying to strive towards, nothing that they're trying to hit. They have no target. And that's a mistake number 1, right? For those who don't set any goals, because it means that they're just going day by day by day, wandering. They're drifters, as Napoleon Hill would say. They're drifting through life. Then they complain about not living the life that they truly want. So that's mistake number 1. After that, people who do set goals, they just set too many. They're not focused enough. And again, I was there. I was that person. I wish I had them with me today, but I would set literally 25, 30 different things. Travel to this many country, lose this much weight, or be in this shape, or run this, or raise this for charity, or do this for my family, or achieve this in business, or make this much money. Like, it was just too much, all scattered as well, versus honing in, channeling that energy just towards 1 or 2 things. Very simple, but very powerful if you actually take action on it. Because the thing is, it's not just about setting the goals, as we know, it's taking action thereafter. Now, when you set 20, 30 different things, you trying to take action on 20, 30 different things day after day is going to be extremely difficult, alongside your job, alongside looking after your family, your friends, your extracurricular personal activities, whatever it may be. That's going to be near impossible. You're putting too much pressure on yourself from day 1. That's why you only last till day 30, which is the end of January, and then you're just back to square 1. Versus focusing on just 1 or 2 things every single day. You never know. After a period of doing that for just 2 to 3 months, you might achieve one of them because you put that much focus, dedicated energy into just one thing. Suddenly 2 gets done within 3 to 4 months. Suddenly now you can take on the 3rd, take on the 4th, and that momentum will build to a point where you don't even need to necessarily set hard-written goals every year, because you know you're working. You know you're progressing to something. Your goals are getting ticked off month to month, bi-monthly, every quarter. You're just flowing with that momentum that you've built. But there's nothing wrong with setting New Year's resolutions. Sometimes it helps to have a key moment that you can reflect back on where you turned a page. For me, it was UFC 205, which I believe was November the 5th, 2016. I nearly broke there, I glitched. November the 5th, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. It's Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez for his 2nd double champ status. That was where I turned a page. Up until that point, yes, I had a hard work ethic. Yes, I had a strong mindset. Up until that point, I wasn't taking life seriously enough. I wasn't taking success seriously enough. I had goals, just like I mentioned, 20 to 30 of them, right? I had goals. Yes, I was working hard, but the difference was being intentional. And that was my turn the page moment. After that point, I came back. I quit smoking weed. I quit clubbing and going out, and really focused on a skill set, which at the time was trading. I focused. I really doubled down. Did it mean I was successful straight away? No. But that's where I can look back and reflect now where I turned the page and where I started to build momentum. And over time, that momentum really has brought me to where I am today. But make sure you take action. We're going to be coming into 2025 soon. It is your opportunity to turn that page. It's your opportunity to really attack your goals with focus and discipline, and more importantly, intention. Make change for yourself. Make change for your life. Hit like, hit subscribe, and until next time, take care.